Hey y'all, welcome back to You Only Get One Chance, right? Excuse my appearance. I apologize. I had ECT today, which is electroconvulsive therapy. For those of you that don't follow me, make sure you click the subscribe button. But I've been doing electroconvulsive therapy, or ECT, and they put glue on the top of my head, and then you can see it's nice and glued down on the side of my head. So I apologize for my appearance. And if you hear whining, it's Jake. He's not happy. My puppy's not happy that he got in trouble today. So, I wanted to get on and share kind of some insight now that I've done ECT for 5 weeks. And I also wanted to share with you my new love of crocheting. So I'm crocheting while I'm talking to you guys. But it's been an interesting last week. So I was doing 3 times a week for ECT. And then I went down to twice a week. So last week, I went Monday, Wednesday. And then this week, I'm going Wednesday, Friday. So I went today. Apparently my voice is going to give out on me. Who knew? But I went today. But I will tell you, I had a really weird experience yesterday that I'm not super excited about. So, for those of you who have kind of followed my story, I have what they call dissociative identity disorder, or DID. So I get these episodes where I'm not me. I am a part of my self. So I have what they call alters. My 5-year-old alter comes out the most. A lot of the time it's triggered by stress and being overwhelmed. But sometimes it just happens. There's not really a rhyme or reason that I've found yet, but sometimes it just happens. And yesterday I was a little overwhelmed, so I had a therapy session with my new therapist at 10 a.m. and then social services came out to check on me because I'm working with them as well. They came to check on me at 11, and then after that, apparently I had an episode, so I became not myself. But instead of my 5-year-old self or another alter of mine, I was literally talking gibberish according to my mother and my grandfather, who interacted with me. That concerns me a little bit with ECT, because obviously they're jumbling my brain, right? ECT causes a seizure every time I go in, and the reason they're doing it is because they're trying to create new pathways. So, a little nervous about that. I'm really hoping I don't have another episode. It seems like as we're decreasing how many times I go a week, that my body's almost rebelling against that. So it should be interesting, because I can't continue to go 3 times a week. That's just not, A, it's the doctors don't recommend it, but B, my wonderful family drives me every time, and it's an hour and a half to 2 hours away. They're amazing, wonderful. I'm so grateful to my family, but that's a lot. And especially since my mom obviously works, right? She works thankfully from home, so she's got some flexibility. And then my grandparents don't work, but it's a lot on them to get up at 5 a.m. to drive me to ECT. So, we'll see. There's been a lot of benefits to ECT. I have more energy. I have more motivation. I'm not as depressed, which is the majority of people that do ECT, it's for depression. So it's definitely working in that area. I just happen to have more complicated issues, complicated things that go on with my brain. So I'm not their typical patient. But overall, I think it's doing me good. I'm not a huge fan of the negative side effects, but right now the positives still outweigh the negatives. If that ever changes, obviously I'll put a stop to ECT. But for right now, I'm hanging in there. So I do recommend it. Like I said in a couple, I think it was in my last vlog, most insurances cover it. And you have to go through, the process, obviously. Like, they don't just give everybody ECT. You have to go through a process. You have to get signed off by 2 different psychiatrists. And typically they do like a whole interview process and things like that. So it's not just something that that everybody does. And that's why it's not as widely known. Sorry, that's my pup. But it's still somewhat popular. I will tell you, the place that I go sees like 32 patients a day. That's a lot for the size of the hospital. But there are other smaller clinics that do it too. The one I just happened to go to is the busiest in Colorado. So, but yeah. Well, I wanted to get on, say hi. Haven't seen you guys in a while. Share my love of knitting with you. I tend to get fixated on things. So my mom, my grandma, and I were like, let's learn to knit. It was actually my mom's idea, and she's the only one that's not knitting right now. She tried it once and she was like, not for me. I caught on. I've made all sorts of different things. If you guys are interested, I do have a TikTok shop where I have posted the things that I'm making. So if you want to check that out, it's not under the vlog name. I apologize. It's under my business name. So it's under Star-Studded Finds. So if you go on there, check it out. All right, guys, I'm going to sign off. I'm going to keep knitting, waiting for my husband to get home from work, and I will see you guys next time. Have a good night.